weaknesses, and true potential. Sakeji can help you gain direction and guide you in your career, finance, business, health, children, immigration, relationship, and much, much more. And this is a great honor for all of us to have somebody like Dr. Saket Bhatia to help you. Through his combined power of astrology and numerology, he can guide you to live a better life, get success, happiness, and fulfill your dreams. If you have any questions, you can call us in the studio at 732-668-3726. And for to book an appointment online with him, you can call Dr. Saket Bhadia's office 408 639 5300 or visit drsaketbhatia.com and or you can email him info@drsaketbhatia.com. And let's go to Dr. Saket Bhatia and welcome him on Radio Zindagi. Dr. Saket Bhatia, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey Raj, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I am doing fine. It's very hot here in California. I don't know weather वहाँ कैसा है आपके यहाँ?
Yeah, it is getting nicer and pleasant, and we got some rain few days back, but now it is, I think, very, very pleasant. It's in 80s, and I think मौसम बहुत ही खुशगवार है यहाँ
अच्छी बात है. It's very hot here. We have heat wave. People need to stay indoors.
पे.
Um, so since people are indoors, it'll be nice to discuss astrology. People can learn, educate themselves, and take benefits of astrology.
बिल्कुल. So please, I know that people always wait to listen to you and to listen to your amazing experience and knowledge. And of course, astrology and the combination of numerology can really help people improve their career and improve their ability to be more successful in life. And today we are talking about plenty, amazing planetary uh, uh, conditions, combustion, retrograde, and combustion strength and position. Can you explain the fivefold relationship between planets?
See, this is very important in astrology. लोग कहते हैं कि आपकी जुपिटर की दशा चल रही है, मून की दशा चल रही है, आपके नक्षत्र ये है, ascendant ये है, but it all really boils down to the strength of the planet, right? Astrology is two things: what you will get and how much you will get, or what it will take away and how much it will take away. दोनों चीजें होती हैं. So
जी.
there is the impact and then there is magnitude, correct? Magnitude. So if you're going to win a lottery in astrology, you could win $5 or you could win 5 million or you could win 500 million. That amount you will win is dependent on the planetary condition. We call it dignity of a planet. So, how much a planet will give you difficulty, suffering, benefits is dependent on the fivefold relationship. That's why it is so important.
जी.
हमें ये relationship ठीक से समझना है. If we have to do an astrology reading for someone. So when people call on the show and they say, when will I get a job? We look at the dasha, we look at the fivefold condition. So fivefold condition क्या होती है? Let's understand that. To do that, we have to break down any planet's relationship into two parts: permanent relationship and temporary relationship. So I'll give you an example. Sun. Sun is friends with Moon, Mars, Jupiter. He's not friendly with, no, neither is he enemy with Mercury, but he's enemies with Venus and Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Moon is friends with Sun and Mercury, neutral with Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, but he has no enemies. Same way, Mercury is friends with Sun and Venus, neutral with Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, but has only one enemy, the Moon. This is interesting because Moon has Mercury as a friend and Mercury has Moon as enemy. इसका ये मतलब होता है लाइफ में you may have think somebody is your true friend but they could backstab you, correct?
जी.
Same way, Venus has Mercury, Saturn as friends, Mars, Jupiter is neutral, and Sun, Moon are enemies. And finally, Mars has Sun, Moon, Jupiter as friends, neutral is Venus, Saturn, and enemy is Mercury. Jupiter, Saturn, I'm not going to say because it is in the same scope. You will realize one thing, no planet has enemy to Jupiter. Moon has no enemies. इसका मतलब your mind has no enemies. Your mind is very clear. Your conscience is very clear. It cannot have enemies. Enemies are created from the outside. This relationship I told you is called permanent relationship. They always apply. This permanent relationship will always apply, no matter what.
जी.
Okay? Doesn't matter कौन सी चार्ट में आपका planet कहाँ placed है. This permanent relationship applies to you, me, all the listeners of Radio Zindagi, all the people who are not listening also. Now, there is something called temporary relationship. Let's understand that.
Mhm.
A planet is sitting in a house. So let's say Jupiter is sitting in Scorpio. Scorpio belongs to Mars. We have to then see how far Jupiter is from Mars.
Mhm.
If he is 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, or 12 signs away, it becomes a temporary friend.
Mhm.
If it is in the same sign as the Lord, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it becomes temporary enemy. Very interesting. इसका
Very
मतलब
interesting.
है इसका मतलब है if you and your friend, best friend, are close to each other where you can view each other in sight 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, then your friendship will be very good. If you and your friend happen to move away, in astrology 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are far away, then you will start drifting apart from each other, become temporary enemies. Now, what we do is we combine the permanent status along with the temporary status and we create what is called the fivefold status. So, if permanent friend hai and temporary friend hai, you become a great friend. If you are permanent enemy and temporary enemy, you become great enemy. If you are permanent neutral and temporary neutral, you become neutral.
Mhm.
Five hair folds. Friend plus friend is great friend. Neutral plus friend is friend. Friend plus enemy is neutral. Neutral plus enemy is enemy. Enemy plus enemy is great enemy. This is very
Mhm.
important because let's say आपका गज केसरी योग बनता है चार्ट में, okay? And moon happens to sit in the sign of Jupiter and it is conjunct Jupiter. Moon के लिए Jupiter happens to be neutral. Since
Mhm.
he is sitting in the sign of Jupiter, with Jupiter, he'll become enemy. The moon ki dignity becomes enemy dignity. Enemy dignity means in Gaj Kesari Yoga, you will not get any benefit during Moon Dasha. You will
Gaj
now
Kesari
get
Yog.
benefit.
Exactly. What is Gaj Kesari Yog?
Gaj Kesari Yoga is a very powerful yoga in which Jupiter is at an angle from Moon. Matlab Jupiter is either 4, 7, 10 or same house as the Moon. The chance that it happens is 4 out of 12, which is 33% of the chart's habit. But
Mhm.
the condition is also Jupiter must not be combust, Jupiter must not be retrograde, Jupiter must not be debilitated, and Jupiter must not be influenced by any bad planet. The chance that a spotless Gaj Kesari Yoga happens in your chart is less than 1 in 1000. Okay. Now
Mhm.
let's say आपका गज केसरी योग है 1 in 1000. You will get benefit. But during which dasha? Jupiter dasha or moon dasha? If it comes during moon dasha, then moon has to be in good dignity. If it comes in Jupiter dasha, Jupiter must be in good dignity. हमें
Mhm.
dignity देखनी पड़ती है. If you have Gaj Kesari Yoga in your chart, you will be blessed with good education, good family, good background, good health, good finances, overall happiness. The chart becomes extremely strong. You will have हाँ, always life में problems होते हैं. You will have some ups and downs, but your chart will be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
We look at a chart with Gaj Kesari and say, nothing to worry. Life अच्छी निकलेगी. End तक life अच्छी निकलेगी. And this
जी.
is proven. Gaj Kesari करता है ये. It is not.
गज गज
जी.
केसरी योग मतलब बहुत कम लोगों की कुंडली में होता
नहीं, हम I said गज केसरी योग 33% लोगों की कुंडली में होता है.
होता है। अच्छा, ओके।
33. But there are conditions. वो 33, an astrologer will say तुम्हारा गज केसरी योग है. But it cannot be retrograde, combust, ruler of bad house, impacted by Rahu Ketu. If you
Mm-hmm.
take all those factors, then it is only 1 in 1,000. So it's very
Okay.
rare. A good Gaj Kesari Yog is very rare. If you have bad Gaj Kesari Yog, it is still good. It will still give you some benefit. और अपनी
And
दशा में benefit देके ही जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं
okay.
होता है कि he won't give you benefit. So if you have Gaj Kesari Yog, you will have some benefit, either good parents, good kids, good spouse, good
Mm-hmm.
siblings, good health. Something of your life will be completely blessed, which you don't have to worry about at all. Okay,
जी.
that is Gaj Kesari Yoga. So what I'm trying to tell you is when you look at the chart, dignity becomes important because it tells us how much the planet will give you. So
Mm-hmm.
अगर आपका Saturn, which is the planet of suffering, the planet of difficulty, अगर ये bad dignity में है, I don't care if he is ninth lord or what. He will give you, but he will give you with more difficulty. He will give you with more stress.
Mm-hmm.
Easily नहीं देगा. Now, on the other hand, अगर Saturn की dignity अच्छी है, you work a little, he will give you results.
Mm-hmm.
You work a little more, he will give you results. So, I have never seen a chart in which all the planets are in good dignity. Impossible. I have never seen one. I have never seen a chart in which all the planets are in bad dignity. I always see a mix. Half and half होता है. Generally speaking, if your kundali has more planets in good dignity, it is better. Life easy जाती है. Okay?
जी.
The dignity important होती है. It is criteria to give and take. How much it will give, how much it will take. अभी कोई आता है कहते हैं हमारे बच्चे नहीं हैं. We study, right? कि बच्चे कितने हैं. We have to study
Yeah.
Jupiter, fifth house. Then we start to see dignity of Jupiter. अगर dignity strong है तो बच्चे जल्दी होंगे लाइफ में और बहुत काफी ज्यादा आ सकते हैं. अगर
Mm.
dignity खराब है, you will have children late in life and you won't have that many kids. This is what dignity of a planet does.
And folks, if you just joined us, we're talking to Dr. Saket Bhatia. As you know, he's here every Tuesday from 3 to 4, and he's one of the finest, in astrology and numerology. Of course, 25 years of experience, and with his Vedic astrology and numerology, 25 years experience can do so much and can change your life if you are, as far your can help you, pave your life in the right direction, guide you in your career, finance, business, health, children, immigration, relationship, and much more. And he's just one phone call away. And if you want to call him and make an appointment and you want to speak to him, his office number is 408-639-5300, or you can visit saketbhatia.com, info@saketbhatia.com. That is his email. And my next question to you is, I've heard about combustion. What is and its significance in astrology?
आपने सुना होगा एस्ट्रोलॉजी में एस्ट्रोलॉजर कहते हैं आपका प्लैनेट अस्त हो गया है.
Oh, yes.
Ast means
That's,
combust.
yes.
Now, if you look up at the sky, you can see the sun, right? The sun is so bright you can't see anything close to the sun, correct?
Bilkul. Yes.
Same time, if you are born and there is any planet which is close to the sun or very close to the sun, then that planet's strength will become negligible in your chart. उस planet weak हो जाता है आपकी कुंडली में. That is called combustion.
G.
So when we know that planets like Mercury and Venus are always very close to Sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are, अगर उनका combustion ठीक होता है, but that's why we don't consider them to be seriously conjunct. But if a planet like Jupiter, which is close to Sun, becomes combust, then a lot of your luck in your life will be lost.
Mhm.
If a planet like Saturn becomes combust, it can shorten your life. If Venus becomes combust, it will basically cause relationship problems. So हमने देखा है कि combustion only becomes serious when the planet Sun is ruling a difficult house,
Mhm.
which means it is ruling house like 6, 8 or 12. कुंडली में अगर Sun 6, 8, 12 का lord होता है, then combustion becomes serious. Further, combust planet does not impact wealth. It does not impact career. It does
Mhm.
not impact spirituality, does not impact intelligence. It only impacts two things. One, your own health, and two, your relationship with other people. Okay.
Yeah.
So, अगर आपका first lord combust है, it will weaken your health.
Mhm.
If your second lord is combust, he will cause you to have problems with your family. If your third lord is combust, he will cause difficulty with younger siblings. If your fourth lord is combust, you will have difficulty with your mother.
Mhm.
If your fifth lord is combust, you will either have difficulty with children or you will not have any children. If sixth lord is combust, then you will have less immunity and disease ज़्यादा easily लगेंगी आपको. So as I'm going through this list, people can realize what I'm talking and see
Mhm.
what applies to them. If your seventh lord is combust, it gives problems in marriage. It gives problems in relationship. If eighth lord is combust, it gives a short life.
Mhm.
Ninth lord अगर combust है, it ruins relationship with father. 10th lord will cause difficulty at places of work, especially with people who you have to report to. Agar if somebody has problems with managers, it is 10th lord being combust.
Mhm.
11th lord being combust, you'll have problems with your older siblings.
Mhm.
And finally, 12th lord agar combust ho, you suffer from depression, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, isolation. So you have to see ki when you go to an astrologer, what is the outcome? What are you facing? Tell the astrologer and they will go through your chart and see if this really does apply to you. Because combustion is very easy for us to see in a chart, na?
Absolutely. And
हम जब combustion देखते हैं, we always tell the person, look, we are seeing a combust first house. Your health is not going to be good. And if we see combust sixth house, then we warn them, go get medical treatment, go get some help. Your immunity is very low, it is very weak.
so that could be a big help to anybody who comes to you and you read his chart and you can just advise him and guide him through all these situations that he can benefit.
One of the first things we do in astrology is we look at your health. We don't look at anything else. We look at your health. हमें देखना है कि how healthy you're going to be because that is most important, na?
Yes, if you don't have health, you have nothing.
Correct. I mean, you fall sick for one day, you know what it is like. You're laying in bed, you have no energy.
Yes.
So, health is wealth. Make sure your health is good. Look at your chart. See what is combust. Fix what is combust. You can fix it. You can make the planet strong. Combustion is serious and it needs to be noted in all the charts.
When two planets are in planetary war, what does it mean and its significance?
So, planetary war is a very unique combination. Planetary war में क्या होता है? Two planets are so close to each other, they are so close that when you look up in the sky, you can only see one of them. That means they are less than 1 degree apart. ऐसा हो
Hmm.
सकता है, right? If you look up
Yeah.
in the sky and you see Jupiter and Saturn are very close to each other, you won't be able to see the two because they are only 1 degree apart. Your eye will only see one. When we see two planets which are less than 1 degree apart, it is called planetary war. When planetary war hota hai, the planet which has the lower degree is considered to be the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Planet which has the higher degree is considered to be the loser.
Mm-hmm.
The planet who loses becomes very weak. The planet who wins becomes very strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a good planet which loses a planetary war loses a lot of its strength. A bad planet which wins a planetary war becomes very bad. If your ascendant, आपकी कुंडली में जो main ruling planet है, if he loses planetary war, it will shorten your life. It can impact the length of how much you're going to live. Planetary war does not apply to Sun, Moon, Rahu, Ketu, but planetary war has very serious. They impact according to the rules of life. अगर planet आपका Jupiter planetary war हार गया है, then everything Jupiter represents and the houses it represents will be lost. Wealth, wisdom, education, knowledge, children, growth. You'll miss that in life.
Mm-hmm.
अगर मार्स चला जाता है, relation with younger siblings, confidence, aggression, ability to start business, it will be finished. So, planetary war is when two planets are sitting in the same house and less than 1 degree apart.
That's very, very interesting, folks. We are listening to Dr. Saket Bhatia, and my next question to you is you have said that uh, hemming of planets is important. Can you explain that?
Hemming of planets. See, कुंडली में 12 घर होते हैं ना,
Ji.
एंड हर एक घर के साइड पे प्लैनेट्स हो सकते हैं, एंड समटाइम्स प्लैनेट्स कैन बी ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ अदर प्लैनेट्स. सो व्हेन planets or a house is sitting between two other planets, it is called hemming.
Mm-hmm.
Left pay planet, right pay planet. This is called hemming. If
Hemming.
there are good planets on either side, it is considered positive hemming. That
Mm-hmm.
means the house will benefit, the planets will benefit. If there are bad planets which are sitting on either side, then that house will suffer.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a planet sitting there, it will also suffer. So, hemming simply means when good planets are sitting on either side of a house, or good planets are sitting on either side of a planet, they will boost that planet's strength. The
Mm-hmm.
results will be even increased furthermore. If bad planets are sitting, then the results will be bad. Throughout the show, I am only trying to talk about the degree of success, the degree of failure you will achieve in life.
Mm-hmm.
How you will achieve it, we've already discussed in the show. But now we are talking about degree. So when you go to an astrologer and he reads your chart, we have to see so many different things to make sure that we understand how much you're going to get. What are you going to get in life? We have to look at fivefold planet strength, combustion. We have to look at planetary war. We have to look at hemming of planets. अगर ये नहीं देखते, we cannot get an actual
Hello.
idea of
Radio
what
Zindagi?
you will achieve
Yes.
in
Radio
life.
Zindagi.
I would like to talk to Dr.
When
Saket
you will
Bhatia.
achieve is
Sure.
I have
okay.
some
We can figure that
questions.
Sure.
out.
1 second.
But how you will achieve that is important, no? Right?
Yes.
That is important, Kulraj.
Yeah, we have a caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi. Hi. Okay. November 1st, 1990. Okay. Mm-hmm. What was your birth time again? November 1st, right? Okay. तो आपकी जो चार्ट बनती है, you're a Virgo ascendant. Your ascendant is at 28 degrees and you're born in Revti Nakshatra. Ascendant Lord Mercury is very well placed in the second house. He happens to be in neutral dignity. He's sitting with Sun, Venus. Overall, good placement. अब दशा चल रही है वीनस जुपिटर की. आपका सन is a debilitated planet in this kundali. Okay, so we have to keep note of that. Sun is debilitated. When did you lose your job? 6 months ago. So according to your kundali, Venus Jupiter dasha chal rahi hai, and that dasha continues till 2025. Jupiter for this kundali is a very favorable planet. He's lord of fourth and lord of seventh. गेंस के घर में बैठा है. आपका नवम चार्ट में गज केसरी योग बनता है. I would say you'll have to wait for another 6 months. You'll have to wait till about March of 2025 before something positive happens. Because transit में Jupiter आपके 10th house पे जाएगा sometime in March. उससे पहले you can call me offline. We can discuss that. Why we can talk definitely. But at this point of time, it appears Jupiter जो है it's a good planet. Mercury ruling planet है. दशा Venus की चल रही है जो 9th lord है. So time आपका अच्छा चल रहा है. We have to make your Jupiter stronger. We have to make sure कि दशा में अच्छे results दे जाए आपको. Uh, Call me offline. We can see. One option you have is try to make Jupiter happy by going to a temple on Thursday. Donate something yellow. Yellow banana, yellow chana dal. These are good things you can do. Uh, we would recommend we would recommend yellow sapphire would be very nice. Jupiter is good. He's placed in house of gains. Uh, Yellow sapphire gemstone is ideal in your case. Also, Venus and Jupiter are 10 houses, so job की दशा चल रही है, and you will get a good job. You will get a good, high-paying job that will make your life better. So remember, either you can make your Jupiter strong now and try searching, or wait till March of next year. Call us offline. Remedies तो बता दिया आपको. You can always use. Okay, no problem. Sure. Yeah, Kulraj.
Yeah, folks, we are live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. You can reach him in his office anytime you want to see him at length, 408-639-5300, or visit his website, saketbhatia.com. And if you want to send an email, info@saketbhatia.com. And he's here in our studios every Tuesday at 3 o'clock till 4. And we love to entertain your calls and speak to him. Or if you want to speak to him on length, call his office 408-639-5300. So, Doctor, we were talking about, uh, because you have helped so many people. So, I think your guidance really makes so much of difference. And today, I think for the first time, I am realizing that how detailed explanation of planets and their positioning and their effects on life. Nobody can do that except I've heard it. I've met so many astrologers and so many different people who do numerology or combination. But the way you explain, it is amazing, and I think people should understand that this requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience and expertise to guide people in the right direction. So, could you explain what about uh, separative planets?
This this is a new concept in astrology.
Hmm.
Separative planet is not something which is very old. ये tried or tested है. Um, astrology के जो rules हैं, they've been applied for thousands of years. And apply कर करके over some period of time, astrologers realized कि people are getting divorced, people are losing their partners, people are losing their kids, people are losing their job. What is the reason that this is happening? ऐसा क्या combination है कुंडली में that people suffer from something like this? So analysis was done of thousands of charts over hundreds of years, and the end result is very surprising. We saw that if Sun, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, and Lord of the 12th, if one of these or more of these are sitting or aspect a particular house, its Lord, and its significator, then separation is likely to occur. Again,
Mhm.
if Sun, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu या आपके 12वें घर का जो लॉर्ड है, if one or more of these sits or aspects a particular house, its significator and its lord, then separation is highly likely to occur. I'll give you example. If Sun aspects your seventh house, the Lord Venus of that, the Karak Venus for a man, is sitting with Rahu and
Mhm.
also happens to be 12th Lord, then we can say that divorce will happen and long lasting relationship will be difficult. Now I'm using the word divorce will happen, not can happen, will happen, because
Mhm.
separative planets almost guarantee separation.
Mhm.
Okay. If Saturn or somebody is aspecting 10th house, the ruler, and they hold also the Karak, then you will lose your job. Steady employment will be difficult. I've had
Mhm.
cases where people have come to me saying, I keep losing my job. I don't know why. एक जॉब करता हूँ चले जाता है दूसरा करता हूँ चले जाता है ठीक if second house is aspected then same condition we will see that they are likely going to be separated from their parents as a child. If fourth house lord and the karak is separated, then
Mhm.
this usually causes a person to go insane. जितने मेंटल असाइलम में लोग होते हैं we notice that they have moon rahu moon ketu combination in the fourth house. If
Mhm.
you have aspect on the fifth house with Jupiter also being aspected, you will be separated from your children,
Mhm.
right? So remember that this is very strange in astrology, separative planet. Basically,
Mhm.
you will be separated or removed from the qualities of the house based on when and where the separative planets are aspecting. Now,
Mhm.
if we study this from the moon sign also, then the results are even further strengthened. Generally, हम moon sign से पढ़ते नहीं, हम ascendant से पढ़ते हैं.
जी.
But if we study from moon, then it reconfirms. So if somebody comes and says, I'm getting lots of lawsuits all the time, we will see that separative planet. Is it affecting his sixth house? If it is, then we'll say, yes, this is a problem. You must make your sixth lord strong. You must make the sixth house Karak strong. See, Sun is a very hot planet. He burns things up by creating independence. Saturn causes depression, loss. Rahu always attracts you to things that are not there, other things that you want. And Ketu, it makes you contract. It says, I want to think negatively. Ruler of the 12th house always causes loss of energy. That's why these planets are very bad. These planets always cause problem.
Mhm.
So separative planet will be even worse जब उनकी दशा आती है. So शादी तो
Mhm.
हो गई, but डिवोर्स होगा जब सेपरेटिव प्लैनेट की दशा या अंतर दशा आती है.
Mhm.
बच्चे तो हो गए, बट जब दशा आएगी जुपिटर की, बच्चे से सेपरेशन हो जाएगा. So remember, you will get, but it will be taken away. That is separative planet.
Mhm.
So plan your time carefully. When people tell us we're starting a business, we look at the chart. How big will the business grow? We look at all these fivefold factors, combustion, retrograde. We look at everything. And then we also advise you and tell you, separative planet beta hai, finances mein, which means your business will do well, but you will suffer difficulty in 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. So be careful. Separation time aega. So
Uh,
all these
Dr.
aspects have
Saket
to be
Bhatia,
taken into account.
I have a question that, most of the people generally they want help when they are in trouble or when they have some issues and things are not working out right for them. And if they make it a point like they go to a physician and go to a doctor and if they come to you, you think it's beneficial for them because they know exactly how their stars are positioned and what's going to be happening.
See, you go to a doctor every year for physical checkup, na? If you're not
Ji.
going to a doctor every year, you're making a mistake. You should go because he can figure out in advance what is going on, correct?
Yes.
Same way, you must go to your astrologer. The more you go, the better it is for you. He will tell you what is coming your way. He will guide you what is coming your way. You will feel at rest knowing that positive things are coming or negative things, at least it will prepare you.
Yes.
Why do you want to lose money? Why do you want to lose health? Why do you want to lose all the hard work you're putting in? And why do you not want to work when time is good?
So true. So true.
Correct?
Yes. And finally, let's discuss retrograde planets. What is the excitation and veil of planets?
Retrograde, अभी Saturn retrograde गया है,
Yeah,
right? So Saturn has gone retrograde June 30th, and he will be retrograde till November 15th.
November
Retrograde,
15th.
November 15th तक retrograde जाएगा. Retrograde is also called Vakra planet.
Acha, Vakra, okay.
In retrograde, a planet appears to be moving backwards. See, all planets move around the sun in their own orbit,
Hmm.
but the speed at which they move is different, correct? So, when a planet like Earth is rotating around the sun, and there is another planet like Saturn which is outside, Earth will obviously be rotating faster because he's closer to the sun. So, when he passes Saturn, it appears Saturn is moving backwards. That phenomenon is called retrograde. Retrograde planet जो होता है, it is treated differently in Western and Vedic astrology. Western astrology में retrograde means it is causing difficulty. It will cause delay. It will cause obstacles. For example, retrograde Mercury, they always say difficulty in communication. But Vedic astrology, retrograde is usually a sign of strength. For example, Jupiter is good when it gives kids, even if it is retrograde. Retrograde जो होता है, it reverses the strength of the planet. So a planet which is very, very strong in your kundli, if it becomes retrograde, it becomes weak. If a
Oh,
planet in your kundli is very weak but goes retrograde, it becomes strong. Retrograde means the planet's energy is not given outward but given inward. कभी कभी होता है कि some people work very hard but they're not recognized at all. Do you agree?
hmm,
That is
totally.
because retrograde. They work hard. They have retrograde Saturn. अंदर से काम करेंगे but बाहर दिखता नहीं. Some people are generally very wise, but they're not able to express their wisdom. Retrograde Jupiter. Some people stutter, stammer when they speak, but their brain
Yeah.
is still functioning very well. Retrograde Mercury. So retrograde planet generally हमारे कर्म दिखाते हैं. They
Hmm.
show us the influence from the past, and they show us how you will be influenced going forward. Retrograde is important because every year planets go retrograde and big articles come out on them. So and so planet is retrograde, be careful.
Hmm.
The most important point that you must consider dealing with retrograde planet is that energy is channelized inside. अंदर से जाती है, it doesn't come outward. From a spiritual point of view, very good. Remember, राहु केतु हमेशा retrograde ही रहते हैं. Sun moon cannot go retrograde, right? If you have three or more retrograde charts, planets in your birth chart, then you happen to be a negative thinker or a very critical thinker. I have noticed this, and it's proven. Planet like Mars and Saturn, which are bad planets, when they go retrograde, they cause harm, especially if they're located in houses 1, 4, 7, or 10. A good planet like Venus and Jupiter, when they become retrograde, they lose a lot of their strength. I'll give you an example, Kulraj. A
Ji.
man with a retrograde Venus in the 11th house may have more than one partner, more than one marriage. A woman with retrograde Jupiter in the 11th or 12th house indicates more than one partner or marriage or widowhood. See, planet being retrograde by itself इतना important नहीं होता. We have to study other aspects also. We have to study the strength of the planet. We have to study कि उसके fivefold strength क्या है. Mars अगर retrograde हो, it shows violence in charts. Violence, they can injure other people, they can injure themselves. Mercury, I already told you, speech defects. But अगर well placed हो, so you can still have good knowledge. Past karma is very important in retrograde planets. अब Saturn retrograde गया है, right, Kulraj? He will be retrograde
Yes.
till November. He is not going to impact everybody. He will only impact people whose Saturn is already retrograde right now in their chart.
Hmm.
So let's say you have retrograde Saturn, he will impact you. If I don't have retrograde Saturn, its impact will not impact me at all. तो जिस
Okay.
जिसकी कुंडली में जो प्लैनेट रेट्रोग्रेड है दे शुड नो बिकॉज वो प्लैनेट जब रेट्रोग्रेड जाएगा इट विल इम्पैक्ट द हाउस इट सिट्स इन सो
Hmm.
इफ सैटर्न रेट्रोग्रेड गया है लेट्स अज्यूम आपकी कुंडली में इट इज रेट्रोग्रेड इन द नाइन्थ हाउस ही विल डिले योर लक he will delay your spirituality he will delay everything till he
Hmm.
comes back which is November. So we tell you
Till November
till
15th.
then till then don't venture into those fields. Take a break.
That's a good idea.
अगर सैटर्न आपके सेवंथ हाउस में रेट्रोग्रेड है हम बोलेंगे अभी शादी मत करो वेट वेट टिल नवंबर हाँ दशा हो सकती है बट रेट्रोग्रेड गया ना प्लेनेट वेट
Hmm.
कीजिए बिकॉज दिस विल ओनली डिले योर मैरिज तो ऐसी चीजें पता होनी चाहिए एस्ट्रोलॉजर को विदाउट नोइंग दिस थिंग्स यू कैन नॉट गाइड एन इंडिविजुअल राइट
Yeah, you got to have that knowledge. Without that, you can't.
हाउ कैन यू गाइड somebody if you don't know what planet is retrograde or what planet is combust or what planet is debilitated fivefold strength क्या है सिर्फ कुंडली देख के हम नहीं बोल सकते अभी लोग हमें फोन करके कहेंगे when do I get a job we look at the transits but we should also look at retrograde effect अगर सैटर्न उनका रेट्रोग्रेड है तो हम बोल सकते हैं अब नहीं मिलेगा जॉब नवंबर तक दशा हो कि नहीं हो यू जस्ट
Hmm.
कांट गेट द जॉब इट्स गोइंग टू टेक यू टाइम So ये
Bilkul.
complicated phenomenon है. When we talk to you on radio, we are giving you fast answers. But when you take private consultation, we deal in a very different way. We analyze your charts for at least 1 hour before we talk to you. हमें पता करना है कि हो क्या रहा है आपकी लाइफ में. हम पर्सनल क्वेश्चंस भी पूछते हैं जानने के लिए कि आप कैसे हो, ठीक ठाक
Hmm.
हो. उसके बेस पे हम आगे निकलते हैं फिर टू मेक श्योर आपकी लाइफ अच्छी रहे. एक्यूरेट predictions, accurate guidance important होता है. That is what we want to do. That's what we want to bring to you.
And that's very, very important, I think, for all our listeners who are watching us on Facebook, and please share with your family and friends. This is very, very important information. Sometimes you don't know what's happening in the next few months or few years, but if you take an advice from somebody who's so knowledgeable with 25 years of experience, Dr. Saket Bhatia, I think he really wants to help you, wants to help guide you so you can achieve what you want to achieve, whatever skills and talent you have. And are you born under certain, planetary position? So I think it's very, very important to know how your stars, how your hard work, and the combination of all these things can really help. I think you can always make an appointment and talk to Dr. Saket Bhatia at 408-639-5300. And my other question, Dr. Saket Bhatia, to you is, you talked about this Mool three Kona. So, like,
मूल त्रिकोण
what is the importance of Mool three Kona?
ये एक और कॉन्सेप्ट है एस्ट्रोलॉजी का. यहाँ पर क्या होता है, we are we are looking at the strength of the planets ना. हम देख रहे हैं कि फाइव फोल्ड स्ट्रेंथ क्या है, कंबशन क्या है. एंड
Yeah.
नाउ देयर इज अ यूनिक कॉन्सेप्ट वेयर हम देखते हैं कि आपके प्लैनेट कितने स्ट्रांग है और कितने रियलिटी में वीक है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एक्सॉल्टेशन, डिबिलिटेशन, ओन हाउस एंड मूल त्रिकोण. ये बहुत
Mm-hmm.
लंबी डिस्कशन होगी. वी शुड लीव दिस फॉर नेक्स्ट टाइम,
Next
बिकॉज
time.
ये एक बार स्टार्ट होती है, ये कंप्लीट नहीं होगी.
Okay. Okay.
सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई टेक यू एंड पुट यू न्यूयॉर्क के फेयरमाउंट होटल में, राइट, द फेयरमाउंट, and if I say go stay in the Fairmont Hotel for 1 month, you're going to like it. You're going to love your life. I'm staying in a penthouse suite. Life is great. Everything is good. But after some
Awesome.
time, you're going to start feeling, I want to go back home. Correct? This is exaltation. It will give you very good results during its dasha. But बाकी दशा में एवरेज रिजल्ट्स देगा. एक होता है प्लैनेट डिबिलिटेटेड है कि घर से ही निकाल दिया, रोड पे बिठा दिया, यू हैव नो पावर, नो स्ट्रेंथ, नोबडी रिकॉग्नाइजेस यू. एंड फाइनली देयर इज मूल त्रिकोण, व्हिच इज आपके घर में your comfort zone could be your bedroom, your kitchen, your living room. If you are sitting there, you are happiest there. That is Mool Trikon. Same for a planet. A planet will have three states: exaltation, which is extreme strength. Exaltation में the planet can give very good results. बहुत
Mm-hmm.
स्ट्रांग हो जाता है फॉर गुड और बैड. अगर कुंडली में सैटर्न एक्सॉल्टेड है तो प्रॉपर्टी देगा, बहुत ज्यादा देगा, सफरिंग भी देगा, हर एक चीज जो है देगा, लंबी लाइफ भी देगा, स्टेबिलिटी इन मैरिज भी देगा, एवरीथिंग ही रिप्रेजेंट्स हिल गिव. देन देयर इज डिबिलिटेशन, which is a bad concept. He will destroy the house he sits in, he will destroy the planets he sits with. He's a bad influence. And finally, मूल त्रिकोण होता है. मूल त्रिकोण is tricky because it's a small degree. अगर
Mm-hmm.
planet एक छोटी डिग्री में बैठा हो, it is called stronger than sitting in its own house, comfort zone. तो planet बहुत ही strong हो जाता है. ऐसे केस में the planet is able to give the most beneficial results for an individual. सबसे अच्छे results मिलते हैं. You can have मूल त्रिकोण में, we see lots of celebrities, personalities, जिनकी मूल त्रिकोण में planets moon बैठा है, राहु बैठा है. When they conjunct, they influence your chart in a very positive way, always for the good. तो मूल त्रिकोण जो होता है, for example, moon, he will be in मूल त्रिकोण only in a certain degree, and that degree is so small कि if he is not sitting in that degree, for example, moon 0 to 3 degrees कैंसर में exalt मूल त्रिकोण में है, नहीं होता है, then it is considered to be normal. So we will discuss this in detail next week. But I
Sure
want
thing.
listeners to understand astrology is very complicated. We have to ask, बहुत कुछ देखना पड़ता है हमें. Strength, combustion, retrograde. Only then you can come up with an answer. Only then you can guide people with the right answer and the right direction.
से एक बार कुंडली को ठीक तरह पढ़ा जाए और उसके बाद पढ़ने के बाद उसको पूरी तरह से मतलब स्पेंडिंग सम टाइम एंड देन ओनली सॉल्यूशंस. अगर कोई जेम स्टोन्स पहनने हैं या फिर कोई और चीजें करनी है, कोई उपाय करने हैं, ऑल दोस थिंग्स कैन बी डिस्कस लेटर ऑन आफ्टर यू रीड द कुंडली.
Correct. Absolutely. You must read the chart correctly before you give any answer.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. Saket Bhatia is with us every Tuesday from 3 to 4. And I think all the listeners, all the viewers on Facebook, please take advantage of this opportunity. You can just call him at 408-639-5300. I can tell you one thing that I have personally consulted Dr. Saket Bhatia, and I find his knowledge, his experience, his expertise, his strengths are amazing. And I think you can really take advantage of this opportunity and benefit from this as far your future is concerned. चाहे आप अपनी शादी के बारे में सोच रहे हैं, वो नहीं हो रही है, लड़की नहीं मिल रही है, या लड़की को लड़का नहीं मिल रहा है, या फिर बिजनेस में इश्यूज आ रहे हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं आपके बिजनेस में, बट आई थिंक इट विल बी अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू do what you want to do and be successful and connect with Dr. Saket Bhatia. We really want to thank you, Dr. Saket Bhatia, for taking time out and talking to our listeners and helping them. At the behalf of Radio Zindagi, Dhanyavad and Shukriya. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.